Hallo iedereen, welkom bij deze Q&A. Hier is Samuel Kishi Leopo. Hij maakte de hele bijzondere film Los Lobos en is nu klaar om met ons eventjes in een aantal details te duiken. Hi, Samuel. What was the inspiration to make this film? There are some autobiographical elements interwoven into the scenario. Please tell us about the background.
Yes, well, the wolves, it's based in a little anecdote. When I was a little boy, my mother took us, me and my little brother, to live to Santana, California. He was trying to get a better life for us, and we crossed the border line. We tell to the immigration police that we're going to Disney, and my mom rent a little apartment in a poor neighborhood. The name of the neighborhood was Bishop Manor. I remember that. And she has to lock the apartment with us so she can go to work. So my mother, with very intelligent, she has a small recorder, a Fisher Price recorder, I remember. And she started to record English lessons, games, the rules of the house. And she talked with us and tell us, if you miss me, put play into the recorder. So my brother Kenji, who also is the musician he makes the music in the film in Los Lobos. We start to build an imaginary world with my mom tape recorders. So that's the little anecdote who inspired me to make Los Lobos. But for me, other thing was really, really important to make a lot of research and talk with the community. I go back to Santana, California with family who also lives right now in Santana. There are they're immigrating the second generation and third generation, and talk with them and also talk with the community. And I want to hear the immigration stories of them too. So that stories in my own story inspire me to make the film, to make Los Lobos.
Yeah, wow. And it really became personal with the actors who did really good job, but also with the sub-characters like the Changs, the neighbors. In the beginning, you're quite afraid of them. They're not nice, but then they turn also into immigrants and like people who also had to travel to the USA they become human.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's a really good observation, because the Chang for me was really, really important to talk of another kind of immigration with another kind of language, and how they through the barriers of the language, and they can understand in the drama of the kids. In the kids can in Lucia, the mother can understand the drama of Los Chang, of the Chang. Mm-hmm. So Los Lobos it's a film who talks about resilience, who talks about solidarity, and even if we can understand with we don't speak the same language.
Yeah. And it is a lot about language as well. The film starts with a scene, very open view landscape, and we hear Leo answering what he sees, everything. Max is not too into the game. He says, "I see nothing." I remember well. Yeah. But through the film, they're also learning the language, and they're very proud to say mother, father, brother, and then they count to 10. So you really use language as a way to comprehend, to understand the world. Is that right?
Yes, exactly. And how they start to adapt and learn a new language. And also it's a little game too for the audience. The beginning in the film, uh, it's like Lucia also asked these questions to Leo and Max, but at the end, the question is to the audience: what do you see? You see all this family drama, and at the end of the film, what do you see? So yeah, I'm very passionate about the kind of films who involves the audience and make that kind of questions, confront the audience. And I wanted to try in Los Lobos to speak directly.
Yeah, it's kind of rather philosophical to also point back, like, yeah, exactly, what do you see? Do you think the perspective towards the film has changed because of the pandemic, the COVID situation? The two children are really much inside. How do we perceive this film also being a lot of time inside? And the contrast with outside is huge in your film.
I think the perspective changed a lot with this pandemic situation, because everybody understand the isolation of these kids and the isolation of a million of immigrants who lives the kids who lives like this in these conditions, because this pandemic how do you say confine us in a small rooms, small apartments, in houses, and in four walls, and we can understand the suffer of these kids. So yeah, it's an exercise of empathetic. So yeah, I think the perspective changed a lot. And yeah, I think when we released the film, we have our premiere at the ending of 2019. We look another kind of talking about the film and sense about the film. And when right now, when we live all this pandemic situation, it's another feeling who feels the spectators. So yes, I think it's more approachable right now, and we can understand more.
Yeah, wow. And how did the two actors manage this far? They're brothers in real life. How did you find these two boys?
Well, it was a big quest. Find Max and Leo. We make a cast in Mexico City and in Guadalajara City too, and it was like 9,000 kids, like we see, and then we select 6 kids to make a workshop with them. Marta and I transforming teachers, and Marta, the actress of Los Lobos, and we make this workshop with these 6 kids, and then we select Max and Leo in this workshop. At the ending of this workshop, we work with Fatima Toledo, an acting coach, who also works with Marta, with Max, and with Leo, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and he starts to build the relationship between Marta, Max, and Leo. And then again, we make another little workshop, and we do a lot of exercise with Max and Leo and also Marta. One of them was they lived together a couple of weeks, and it was really important, the process of the casting, because we don't not only make the casting to the kids, we make the casting to the entire family of the kids, to the parents, because they are a very important, they have a very important role in all the process. So we look all the parents, and we talk with the kids, with every kid. And I remember I asked one question in the casting. One of those questions was, who wants to make the film, you or your dad or your mom? So if the kids tell us, no, 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 my mom wants she wants to, I make the film, not, I don't want to make the film. I say, okay, you don't have to feel pressure. You don't have to feel obligated to make the film. It's okay. So I depart for this kind of honesty and this relationship with all the actors, but with the kids, it was like a very, very solid relationship and very honest. So Max, Leo, and his parents, they are great. I feel very, very lucky to find this family, and right now Marta and I, we feel part of this family. And yeah, no, they are great, and they are hard workers. They understand, they are very sensitive, intelligence, and it was a delight to work with Marta, Max, and Leo.
Yeah, yeah. Max is rather, yeah, like you said, an intelligent character. He asks questions and he also corrects his mother, or is really like, at some point, he even attacks her, calling her a liar. It's because he's getting older, and Leo is naive and more. Yeah, how did you build up those two characters? They're alike, but they're totally different as well.
Yeah, because I think Los Lobos, yeah, it's an immigrant drama, but also it's a coming of age. And I visualize the character of Max, like he's in this time of his life, and he has to grow up prematurely because all the things he is living, and he's looking how his mom is it's acting. So Max wants to confront them.
Yeah.
Because she is noting that the fathers kind of broke promises too, and he is looking how another kind of perspective of his mom. He is looking another face of his mom, and he in the film he's understanding what is his mom drama and who was his dad. So that's why Max has to grow up. So yeah, and also I think Max real life Max, it was perfect for this role. He is very intelligent, and also he is very confrontative too. He asks a lot of questions. He's very sensitive, and a lot of people ask me if it's a lot of trouble to work with kids, and I say no, 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 no. The kids are very intelligent, very sensitive, and they note everything. They see everything. They hear everything. They are watching us. So we don't have to be condescending with the kids. We have to be very respectful with the kids, and with the stories we tell the kids, and with the promise we make to the childrens. So yeah, and there wasn't a lot of problems. The only thing with the part of the direct childrens is they have another kind of energy of the an adult. So maybe they get tired like in 3 or 5 takes, and then we have to respect that energy, and then we have to take it easy, and then we look forward.
Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah, it's really the work of the director, seeing them that naturally as well. You made them feel comfortable. And did you identify, yeah, of course, with one of the with Max probably, or with Leo, and tell a bit more also about your fantasy when you were young and how it is implemented in the film?
Yeah, well, I was Max. I was the older one, and yeah, I was very confrontative with my mother, and we have a lot of fights like that. That in and yeah, well, but I have another thing with when I was writing with Sofia Gomez Cordova and Luis Briones, we were writing Los Lobos. I do another kind of exercise, and it's the take distance of my own story, because at the beginning you have very close feelings, and it's your own story, and you want to tell everything, and but you have to make distance because you have to make questions about this story, this anecdote. It's a film, and I have and I have to talk about this film, or it's only a good story, but it's not a film. So I have to take distance and separate a lot of personal things, even constructing the character of Lucia, who is based in my mother, and take distance to make the own character, the Lucia, Max, and Leo. They have to take his own life, and Max is not me, only me. It's more kids, and Max build this character too. And yeah, I don't know if that responds your question, but
Yes,
it's
perfect. Yeah, perfect. Only you can add more about yeah, the layer of the animation films,
okay.
how they escape into a new world, and how that escape gives an explanation to the loss of their father through the light bulb. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the animation, we don't have the animation in the, I think, in the first draft of the film. So I believe in writing is rewriting. All the time you have to rewrite. So one part of the rewriting work is when I start the rehearsals with the actors. And when I start the rehearsals with Max and Leo, one of the acting exercise was draw, draw characters and play with this fictional world they are drawing. So we talk about draw wolves, and Max and Leo, they draw his own wolves, and they start to play, and I record Max and Leo all the time, also with Marta. And I know that there are very interesting characters, those wolves. So I work, I'm a partner in an animation company. So I said, we need an animation. So I took these draws of Max and Leo and go with the artist and say, can we animate these adventures? So the artist told me, yeah, of course. So we did a little exercise, and I say, okay, this is wonderful. So I start to rewrite, because one of my concerns was the first 50 minutes of the film, the first part of the film, they are isolated in this little apartment. So I was afraid the spectators was getting very, very bored. So the animation parts refresh the scenes and help to the spectators, and also help to the characters to wait and be patient until they go out to the apartments. And also the characters are the alter egos, or Max and Leo. They can be free with his own games, with his wolf games. So dramatically it apports to the film.
Wow. Wow, what an invention. Especially you made it up during filming and during the process. I always learned that as soon as there's a scenario, you exclude options, but you include them. You even make it broader. You did a wonderful job there.
Thank you. And also, I believe, sorry,
No, go.
the making films and making art and the creative, the creation, there's gonna be a lot of parts very organic, and you don't have to be very like solid and no, I write this and nobody put nothing more in my script because I write this iron scripts. No, no, no. Please, I don't write Casablanca or this this big scripts. No, I believe in make organic cinema with a lot of energy, and the films they are changing and are rewriting, and I think that the labor my work as a director, it's to be very patient and very with my eyes really open and my ears too really open to hear and see a lot of things who can build a better film.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, the last question I wanted to ask is actually about the ending, the open ending of the film. So we arrive not in Disneyland, but we arrive in Kiddyland. And actually, we see the authentic happiness on their faces. And there is movement, and so there is that magic space. And then you pointed back to images of other people, and then we go back to naming all the things they see, and then it's like an open ending. Why did you choose to have this particular ending?
Well, talking about rewriting, the original ending of the film, who was in the script, they then it was they have a bed, a new bed in his room. But when I was doing the first scouting in Albuquerque, in the New Mexico, in the neighborhood, they called the neighborhood we film, they called the war zone. And I live in this neighborhood, and I start to making friends with the community. And I start to thinking about what kind of society, of new neighborhood they gonna be part, this family. And I talked with the photographer, with the DP, with Octavio Arauz, and we talk about make portraits of this neighborhood. And I'm very fan of the work of a photographer, Mary Helen Mark works, and how he approached to the communities. So I want to make this approach to this community, and we start to make these portraits, and at the end we see a portrait of the family breaking the fourth wall. So that's a metaphor about this is new society. It's not perfect, but they have to rebuild his own wolf pack and be part of this new place. And that for me was really important. Also the scene of Kiddyland, because it doesn't matter if it's not Disneyland. We are together, like this wolf pack, and we need us together. So for me, that's really important. And how I mentioned in the past, how at the beginning in the film you hear Leo talking about this game. What do you see? And at the end, the game is not for Leo, it's not only for Max, it's for the audience. What do you see? In the last shot, you see this family integrating with the other portraits. So I think it's an open ending, but also I think it's like a bittersweet ending, because the conditions are not the best conditions, but they still together, and they still together, and it's better, and it's most important to still together that the other things that Disneyland.
Yes, that's a beautiful message, and I'm sure that everyone who saw your film will remember this particular scene, and also the very close way of a lot of close-ups, and actually the characters coming like forward as very integral, very authentic figures. So yeah, if you have one last message to share, we are very grateful, Samuel, to have had this talk, and yeah, and know more about you. You live now in New Mexico. So
No, I'm in Guadalajara, Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, but I love all the people in New Mexico. We have a wonderful approach, and we feel part of my heart right now is also in New Mexico.
Okay, wow, okay. Thank you for the talk, and yeah, looking forward to more of your work as well.
Thank you so much, Lisa, and thanks to the film festival. It's a great honor to be talking with you.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.